And so the whole idea behind using these rhythms to kind of break it down from a pedagogical and also practical standpoint is that when you're playing a scale, it can be just that. You're playing a scale. You're playing from the lowest note to the highest note back down. And the creative juices don't really get flowing when you're just going bum, 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 bum. But once you start adding in those rhythmic variations, it's like a first step in the door for improvisation because you're already changing up the way you're playing the scale. Say, okay, the scale, this is our framework. Now we're going to pull from this framework to create ideas. This is how we create ideas from the scale. So it's a really, really cool way of sort of starting people on the path to improvisation.
You're speaking my language, and this is really, really important for somebody who's really trying to bust out of the mold of being stuck in,
Scale
between,
land. Yeah.
scale land, or, just even form land, because if you listen to somebody like Miles Davis, you see that it's going okay, so here's the bar lines going by, and Miles plays right through it, and then he'll stop when he runs out of breath. On guitar, you have to breathe your phrase, otherwise you'll play endlessly. And a lot of guitar players. As a guitar player, I played guitar for, say, 23 years. A little bit beyond that, but basically that was my period of time. I always had to really work on that, is to play in phrases, like really just think about space. Think about leaving the space, between your phrases. Whereas on sax, it comes naturally because you don't just circular breathe because you can do it. You play your phrases according to the breath that you have.
That was such a critical exercise that you had me do on the guitar, which was to not play when I was breathing. So you're like, okay, now you're going to go home and you're going to play. You had me playing over like some Aebersold backing track or something. All right, you go home and play, use a pentatonic scale, whatever makes you happy. But when you breathe in, you stop playing. And that teaches you oh, okay, so it's not just about sitting there and going a million notes an hour. Sometimes it is. But it's also about having that ability to use the space, because it's not just about the notes. It's about the space in between the notes.